We opened our doors for business in London over 40 years ago, and we're still trading on the same values now as we did then. Professional, dedicated and trusted. We are the MECO Group.
On the 12th of December 2018, the English High Court handed down a decision concerning the tanker For Ireland. The tanker had been voyage chartered on amended as per tank void terms, subject to English law and London arbitration. The owners had a demurrage claim for heating, and a claim for heating costs worth in total $900,000, which the charterers had agreed to settle for $600,000. As is usual, the parties entered into an exchange of emails back and forth, setting out their respective positions until one party accepted the other party's position. However, the charterer failed to pay, and the owners then commenced arbitration. What happened then is that the charterer sought to defend the arbitration by contending that the arbitrators had no jurisdiction. The charterer said that the settlement agreement constituted a separate contract, and therefore the arbitration clause in the charter, intended to deal with disputes arising under the charter, had no application, and so the arbitrators had no jurisdiction. The arbitrators decided in favour of the owners and ordered the charterers to pay. The dispute on jurisdiction was then sent to the High Court to be reassessed. When this happens, the court will look at the question of jurisdiction afresh and start over, rather than giving any special weight to the arbitrator's decision. However, the judge predominantly agreed with the arbitrator's analysis, which was that the unexpressed intention of the parties was that the arbitration clause in the charter was also intended to deal with a situation where the charterers didn't pay the agreed settlement sum. The arbitrators had said that it would be frankly astonishing to people in the industry if they discovered that the Charter Party arbitration clause had no application in respect of an ordinary dispute dealing with the sums finally due under the Charter. The judge added that a settlement agreement, while strictly legally the correct terminology, was a rather grandiose expression to deal with a routine and informal exchange of emails finalising the sums due under the Charter. The alternative possibility that the owners would have to secure a claim in a foreign jurisdiction, possibly the charterer's home jurisdiction, rather than have the benefit of the London Arbitration Forum and the possibility of enforcing the award under the New York Convention, was seen as inconceivable. Essentially, therefore, the parties were treated as having impliedly intended that the London Arbitration Clause would continue to apply to any dispute concerning payment of the agreed sums finally negotiated under that charter. The decision is a victory for common sense and for ensuring the commercial practicability of routine negotiations for finalising the sums due under charter parties. Parties would be wise, however, not to assume that the decision has any broader application to settlement agreements at large, and should ensure that they define the governing law and dispute resolution provisions when settling disputes.